Dear students, in last video we have solved some problems from the exercise 3.2c. Okay, so let us solve one more example from the exercise. The example is the ninth one, that is integration of square root of e raised to 3x minus e raised to 2x upon e raised to x plus 1. So students, to solve this example, so let us common out e raised to 2x from the numerator, that is square root of e raised to 2x and that is e raised to 2x. Here after taking common out e raised to x, there will be e raised to x minus 1 upon e raised to x plus 1. Okay students, with respect to x, and you know that e raised to 2x means e raised to x into e raised to x. Okay, and therefore integration I equal to square root of e raised to 2x is e raised to x. And now we have integration of e raised to x minus 1 upon e raised to x plus 1 with respect to x. Okay, and now this is equal to integration of e raised to x. So at numerator multiply with e raised to x minus 1 so that the square root will get cancelled. Okay, and now e raised to x plus 1, that is square root of e raised to x plus 1 into square root of e raised to x minus that is minus 1 with respect to x. Okay students, and this is integration of e raised to x minus 1 square root of into e raised to x minus 1, that is e raised to x minus 1 upon square root of e raised to x plus 1 and square root of e raised to x minus 1 with respect to x. Okay students, and now simplify the denominator, we will get, that is e raised to x into e raised to x minus 1 with respect to x upon square root of e raised to x into e raised to x is e raised to 2x plus e raised to x into minus 1 is minus e raised to x, and that is plus e raised to x plus e raised to x minus 1. So the term get cancelled, and here we have the integrand, that is integration of e raised to x into e raised to x minus 1 with respect to x upon square root of e raised to 2x minus 1 upon e raised to 2x minus 1. Okay students, and now we can put here, so to simplify this we can put, that is e raised to x equal to t. Then whatever is our substitution, differentiate, we will get differentiate with respect to x. We will get e raised to x equal to dt by dx, and that is e raised to x dx equal to dt. Okay, and therefore the integration will be this e raised to x dx is dt, and this is t minus 1. E raised to x is t minus 1 upon square root of t square minus 1 with respect to t. Okay, now simplify the terms, we will get, that is t upon square root of t square minus 1, and the next term that is minus 1 upon square root of t square minus 1 with respect to t, Okay students, now to solve this integration, that is adjust here. This is, suppose we adjust here, that is multiplied and divide with t, we will get that is 2t upon square root of t square minus 1, and this is 1 by 2. Multiply at n and d by 2 with respect to t, minus, this is integration of the form. That is integration of 1 upon square root of x square minus a square. This is integration of the form x square minus a square, and this is log of x plus, means t plus square root of t square minus 1 plus constant of integration c. Okay, and now this is of the form integration of f dash of x upon square root of f of x with respect to x, and this is 2 root f of x, and therefore this 1 by 2 as it is, this is f dash of x upon square root of f of x, its integration is 2 root square root of t square minus 1, these 2 get cancelled, minus log of t plus square root of t square minus 1 plus constant of integration c. Resubstitute the value of t. T is e raised to x and t square is e raised to 2x minus 1 minus log of e raised to x plus square root of e raised to 2x minus 1 plus constant of integration c, and this is integration of square root of e raised to 3x minus e raised to 2x upon e raised to x plus 1 with respect to x. Its integration is this, and in this way we have solved the problem. And students, in this way the last problem of the exercise 3.2c we have completed. Okay, and now we are going to start the new type of integration, that is integration by parts. This is very important. This is the second method. The first method was the special type of integral, and this is the second method, that is integration by parts, that we are going to study now. Okay students, and there is one theorem for that is known as the by parts theorem. Okay students, the theorem may be asked in board exam, and that is asked for 3 or 4 marks. That is very important, the theorem and its proof. Okay, now the theorem is that, so here the by parts theorem is used to integration, that is this integration by parts. This method is useful when the integrand is expressed as the product of two different functions, that is the product of two different functions, and hence in this case the by parts theorem is used. Okay, and here the product of two different types of function, that means one of which can be differentiated and other can be integrated conveniently. Okay, and therefore the theorem, the by parts theorem, is the statement is that if u and v are two functions of x, then integration of u into v with respect to x equal to the function u is constant, integration of v with respect to x minus integration of differentiation of u with respect to x into integration of v with respect to x and then whole with respect to x, means whatever its differentiation into its integration, both after integrating and differentiating, combining, we take the integration of both at last. To prove this theorem, let first consider that is v dx, integration of v with respect to x equal to u and v are differentiable function of x. To prove the theorem, let us consider that is integration of v with respect to x equal to w. Okay students, to prove this theorem, first remember the statement that should be very important for solving the problems. And to prove the theorem, remember that integration of v with respect to x is w. Remember also this. And as integration of v with respect to x is w, and you know that the integration is antiderivative, that's why differentiation of w with respect to x is v. According to the definition of the integration, that is integration is the antiderivative. That means integration of v with respect to x is w, then differentiation of w with respect to x is v. Okay students, now let us consider the differentiation of u into v. Differentiation of u into w. Consider differentiation of u into w with respect to x. Students, by using differentiation of u into v rule, u as a constant, take the differentiation of w with respect to x plus w as a constant, differentiation of u with respect to x. You know this. Okay, and students, from the statement 2, the value of dw by dx is v. The value of dw by dx is v, and we can write here u into v plus w into du by dx, and that is differentiation of u into w with respect to x. Okay students, now taking integration on both sides, or by definition of integration, taking integration on both sides or by definition of integration, that is integration of differentiation of u into w with respect to x equal to integration of u into v with respect to x plus integration of w du by dx with respect to x. Apply the definition of integration. Okay students, so here integration of differentiation of uw, you know that this is antiderivative. Integration is antiderivative, that's why the integration of differentiation is that is u into w. The dx will get cancelled, and this is u into w. The integration will get cancelled here, and dx means because of antiderivative, this is by using definition of integration, differentiation of u into w with respect to x. If we consider its integration, that will get cancelled because integration is the antiderivative. That's why the function is now u into w. Okay, and this is equal to integration of u into v with respect to x plus we can write this du by dx w into x. Okay students, now u into w equal to integration of u into v with respect to x plus du by dx. But see students, put the value of w. What is the value of w? the value of w from 1, w equal to integration of v dx. From v dx integration, this is the value of w. We can put the value of w. Okay, from 1. From 1 we can put w equal to integration of v dx, and this w is integration of v dx, and this dx is as it is. Okay students, and hence u into, now put the value of w. What is the value of w? Again from 1, the value of w from 1. What is the value of w? That is integration of v dx equal to integration of u into v with respect to x plus integration of du by dx, integration of differentiation of u with respect to x into integration of v with respect to x and whole with respect to x, whole the function with respect to x. Now rearranging the terms, that means shift this term to that side. You will get the term is at this side, integration of u into v with respect to x equal to u integration of v with respect to x minus that side the term becomes negative, that is minus du by dx, that is differentiation of u with respect to x into integration of v with respect to x and whole the function integrate with respect to x, and this is the by parts theorem. Okay students, let us revise the theorem. The theorem is that if u and v are any two functions, then integration of u into v with respect to x equal to u integration of v with respect to x minus integration of u with respect to x, integration of the differentiation of the function u with respect to x, integration of v with respect to x and whole the integration with respect to x. Now to prove this theorem, let us consider that the integration of v with respect to x is w, as by integration is the antiderivative dw by dx equal to v. Okay, now consider differentiation of u into w. You know u into v rule for the differentiation. Okay, that is the product rule, that is u is constant differentiation of w plus w is constant differentiation of u with respect to x. Now consider the u, that is put the value of dw by dx, the value of dw by dx, that is v from statement 2. So we have put the value of dw by dx is v plus w into du by dx. Okay students, now apply the definition of integration. So applying the definition of integration for this step, that is integration of differentiation of u into w with respect to x with respect to x. So the integration is nothing but the antiderivative, that's why that will get cancelled, and here we will get only u into w by applying the definition of integration. Okay, and now integration of u into v with respect to x plus integration of w into du by dx with respect to x. Okay students, so here now u into w equal to u into v dx with respect to x plus du by dx. Put the value of w from 1. The value of w is nothing but the integration of v with respect to x. Okay, and now u integration of v with respect to x. Now u into v with respect to x plus du by dx integration of v with respect to x whole with respect to x. Now shift the term to that side. We will get integration of u into v with respect to x equal to u integration of v with respect to x minus integration of differentiation of u with respect to x into integration of v with respect to x and whole the integration with respect to x. Okay, in this way we have proved the theorem. But students, there are two functions, and which functions that you have to consider as a u function and which function we have to consider as v function. Okay, to find out the u function and v function, we have to apply the rule, and the rule is known as LIATE rule. LIATE rule. Okay, that means we can choose the first function which comes first in serial order of the letter LIATE, and by using this rule we can find out or we can choose the first function, that means the u function we can find out by LIATE rule, where L is the logarithmic function, R is the inverse trigonometric function, A is the algebraic function, T for trigonometric function, E for exponential function. Means suppose the function is like this, that is log of x into sine of x. Okay, so log of x is the logarithmic function, sine of x is the, suppose sine of x is the trigonometric function, means log of x into sine of x. Here log of x is logarithmic, sine of x is the trigonometric. So according to this rule, so logarithmic function is the first function and then the trigonometric function is the fourth. That's why here log of x is u and sine of x is v. Now suppose we have the function that is e raised to x into sine inverse of x. This sine inverse of x is inverse trigonometric function and e is the exponential function. So according to this rule, inverse trigonometric function is the second number while exponential is the fifth one, and that's why here sine inverse of x is the u function and e raised to x is the v function. In this way we can choose the first function, that is u is the first function and v is the second function, and then we apply the u into v rule. Okay students, and by using u into v rule we have to solve some problems. Okay, let us solve the first problem, that is evaluate integration of x square into log of x. Okay students, so here x square is the algebraic function and log of x is the logarithmic function. So in LIATE, in this rule, LIATE rule, L is the logarithmic function, that is the first function, and that's why here log of x is u. Log of x is u and remaining function is v. Hence, therefore here log of x is u and x square is v. X square is v. In this way we choose the u function and v function. Okay students, now by using by-parts theorem. What is the by-parts theorem? That is, every time you should write the by-parts theorem so that we will learn, okay, the theorem. That is, the theorem is that integration of u into v with respect to x is u as a constant, integration of v with respect to x minus integration of differentiation of u with respect to x into integration of v with respect to x, and again whatever is the calculation, take its integration, whole integration in this way. Okay, this is the by parts theorem. This is the by parts theorem. So apply the by parts theorem. Hence integration of x square into log of x with respect to x. This is equal to log of x, that is u as a constant, integration of v means that is integration of x square with respect to x, minus integration of u with respect to x. What is your u function? U function is log of x, that is differentiation of log of x with respect to x. Okay, into integration of the v function. What is the v function? V function is x square, its integration with respect to x, and whole with respect to x. Whatever is our calculation, take its integration. Okay students, and this is log of x, integration of x square is x raised to 3 by 3, that is by using the formula x raised to n formula, minus differentiation of log of x is 1 upon x. Okay, into integration of x raised to 2, that is x raised to 3 upon 3 with respect to x. Okay students, here x and x get cancelled and you will get this is minus integration of, that is x square with respect to x, and take this 1 by 3 as a constant outside. Now this is equal to log of x into x raised to 3 by 3 minus 1 by 3 as a constant, and integration of x square is x raised to 3 upon 3 plus constant of integration c, and in this way this is the integration of x square into log of x with respect to x, and this is the integration. Okay students, in this way we have to solve the problem. Okay, now let us solve the next problem, that is evaluate the integration of that is x into sine of x, integration of x into sine of x with respect to x. Suppose this is the second problem. So students, x into sine of x according to LIATE rule, here x is the algebraic function, okay, and sine of x is the trigonometric function. So in LIATE rule, that is algebraic function is the third position and trigonometric for the fourth position. Hence algebraic function is u here, hence therefore here u equal to x and v equal to sine of x. And according to by parts theorem we can integrate. By parts theorem we can integrate, that is integration of u into v with respect to x equal to u integration of v with respect to x minus integration of, that is differentiation of u with respect to x into integration of v with respect to x and whole integration with respect to x. So here integration of, that is x into sine of x with respect to x. Suppose I is its integration. So here x is u and Sin of x is v. So u is sin x. U is x. And therefore outside the integration of v means sin x, integration of sin of x with respect to x minus du by dx. Differentiation of u means differentiation of x because u is x. Differentiation of x with respect to x. Integration of v is sin x, that is sin of x with respect to x, and whole integration with respect to x. Okay students, and this is equal to x. Integration of sin x is minus cos x, minus integration of differentiation of x with respect to x is 1. Differentiation of sin x is minus cos x with respect to x. And now we have to find out the integration of whole for this calculation. And now minus x cos x minus plus integration of cos x with respect to x. And this is minus x cos x plus integration of cos x, and you know that integration of cos x by direct formula, that is sin x plus constant of integration c, and this is the integration of x into sin of x. Okay students, in this way we have to solve the problem. Now the next problem is that integration of x square sin of 3x. Integration of x square sin of 3x with respect to x. Okay students, also here let us find out the u function and v function. So here x square is the algebraic function and sin of 3x is the trigonometric function, and according to LIATE rule, the algebraic function have the third position and trigonometric is the fourth. Therefore algebraic function here is the u function, and therefore u equal to x square and v equal to sin of 3x. Okay students, and now by using by parts theorem, what is the by parts theorem? That is integration of u into v with respect to x equal to u integration of v with respect to x minus integration of differentiation of u with respect to x into integration of v with respect to x, and whatever the calculation of both, again integrate with respect to x. Okay, in this way. And now suppose I is the integration of x square into sin of 3x with respect to x. So u is the x square. So x square outside, integration of v is the sin of 3x, that is integration of sin of 3x with respect to x minus differentiation of u, that is differentiation of x square with respect to x, into integration of v means sin of 3x with respect to x, and whatever is the calculation again takes its integration with whole. Now this is equal to x square integration of sin of x is minus cos of x, and therefore integration of sin of 3x is minus cos of 3x, but this 3x is again differentiable function, its differentiation is 3, but in case of integration we divide by 3. Okay, minus integration of differentiation of x square is 2x into integration of sin of x, that is minus cos of 3x upon 3 with respect to x. Okay students, in this way. This is minus x square cos of 3x upon 3 minus, take this minus minus becomes plus, this 2 by 3 outside the bracket, and now integration of x into cos of 3x with respect to x. Students, now this is again u into v function. So here u equal to x and v equal to cos of 3x. Again apply u into v rule here. Okay students, so here plus 2 by 3 into bracket, apply u into v here. So x as a constant means u, integration of v, that is integration of cos of 3x with respect to x, minus integration of, in integration differentiation of u means differentiation of x with respect to x into integration of v, that is cos of 3x with respect to x, and whatever is the integration whole with respect to x. Now this is equal to this minus x square cos of 3x upon 3 as it is, plus 2 by 3 as it is. X integration of cos of 3x is sin of 3x, but this 3x is again differentiable function. Its differentiation is 3, but in case of integration we divide by 3. Minus, so in integration differentiation of x with respect to x is 1. Differentiation of cos of 3x is sin of 3x upon 3, just we have found out here, and integration with respect to x. Okay, and now this is equal to minus x square cos of 3x upon 3 plus 2 by 3 into x into sin of 3x minus integration of sin of 3x. Integration of sin of this is sin of 3x upon 3 minus integration of this 1 by 3 we will take outside, and now integration of sin of 3x is minus cos of 3x, and this 3x is again differentiable function, that's why divide by 3 plus constant of integration c, and now we have minus x square cos of 3x upon 3 plus 2x sin of 3x upon 9 plus minus becomes plus, and this is 2 by 27 cos of 3x plus constant of integration